We got one last topic we got to get to today, guys. It's brought to us by Prize Picks. Every day we make decisions, but on Prize Picks, being right can actually get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is a simple, fun way to add excitement to your football Sundays. You just pick more or less on player projections, and you're in the game. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first 5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
By the way, you know how we can tell that Jay is old?
Why?
You got litter of the pick here.
There's a lot of reasons you can tell. But so a lot of times we in our chat group, one of us will send something from Twitter or something from Instagram or whatever, like a news story.
Jay sends to Facebook.
Well, no, Jay's wasn't Facebook, but it was like MSN.com or some news outlet. Like Tyvus ain't sending a thing from MSN.com.
The Forbes,
right.
New York Times, and it's
and
not
it was
athletic.
about the Guardians being interested in this hitter from Japan. So, okay, it's interesting. But
I'm always asking about hitters from Japan because I need to get one or two of them.
Next week, we got a topic where there's 2 Japanese hitters that are at least.
You're doing that while I'm away?
Listen, we got to fill. It's another bye week. But we do have an NFL topic we got to get to real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday, it was brought to my attention that the NFL, through Quinnipiac
Brought to your attention by me, by the way.
You don't get credit. It's true, but I'm not going to give you credit.
All right.
The NFL, through Quinnipiac, did a poll of fans about the future of the league, things they liked, they didn't like. And they did not specify the exact number of people interviewed. Usually it's 1,000 for these. So I'm going to guess it's 1,000, but
and Quinnipiac is a big polling service. They do a lot of political polls and stuff like that.
And these are some of the results. 60% of the fans surveyed were in favor of adding an 18th game to the schedule. 40% said they thought the NFL was doing the right amount to prevent serious injuries. 30% said they're doing too little to prevent serious injuries. 20% said, I don't care about injuries. And then they also asked about Bad Bunny. They got a 50-50 approval. They also mentioned in the poll.
We're not going to worry about the snowflakes that don't like Bad Bunny.
We're not talking Bad Bunny. We're talking about an 18th game here, guys. Tyvis and G, you played, and Ty, I want to start with you as you played at the highest level in the league. Would it be smart for the NFL to add an 18th game? Is it worth it?
They're going to do it. I mean, they're going to add an 18th game, and they're going to make it an international game where they're going to make everybody play a game overseas. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I like what you just said.
That's probably going to happen.
It might be 2 international games.
And then what they're going to do, how they're going to make up for it is they're going to take away a preseason game. So therefore, they're like, well, you're going to play 3 games. You're going to play 3 preseason games and 17 games. So that's a total of 20. Well, we're going to give you 2 preseason games and 18 games. So that's a total of 20 anyways. That's just what they do.
I like that. I think my dream would be if I was a commissioner, I want a franchise in Germany.
As long as they give them another bye week, we good.
I want a franchise in Paris. I want a franchise in England, and I want one in Barcelona. So that's going to be my European division. I got 4 of those teams strategically placed in the European continent. They've already had some relationships in NFL Europe, kind of foster those relationships, and I think the fan base is ready for them. So then we take this and you look at their schedule. If you had 18 games, any team traveling over there could have a bye week before. So they go over there and they're going to have a bye week where they're there a week, then play the game, so you don't have to worry about the lag or whatever the case may be. So now I'm like, you get rid of one of the preseason games, you get an opportunity to now expand the game, and you're going to get more piece of the pie in the revenue because there's more money. I love it. If you're going to go to 18 like that, but I need them international teams, though.
The players probably don't want it, but ultimately they'll take it because it makes the pot bigger and it makes their paychecks bigger.
In the preseason, you get paid $1,000 a game. Well, it's probably more now, but you're getting paid roughly $1,000 a game to where in the regular season, if you was on a rookie deal, I was getting like $16,000. So,
and that's for a minimum rookie deal.
Yeah, of course I'm going to take the more money.
Of course. And
as long as you give them another bye week,
that's the key. They should have already had that.
Yeah, they get 2 bye weeks.
You got to go to 2 bye weeks.
Yep.
And I'll tell you something that you got to factor into the bye weeks, and you may laugh, but you got to factor in fantasy football. You cannot have a bye week during the playoffs for fantasy football.
You do.
They will 100% take that into account. I guarantee it. They will. They know how popular fantasy football is.
That's not even something that crossed my mind.
You will have to do it.
You got a problem. You addicted.
No. I'm saying
football.
the league will care about it.
Did I play you this week?
This week, yeah, I just beat G. Bush.
Man,
I just lost
barely beat him.
I was, man.
This is you guys should be embarrassed. This is the worst team I've ever had. I've had crazy
I got
injuries,
people
and
injured.
I'm still in the playoffs right now.
Tyvus really can't bring up fantasy today.
You lost to Anthony.
Oh,
my
embarrassing.
I knew it.
Anthony and Evan, who are both winless, both won this week.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna lose.
I'm back in first.
Where is Joe? Is Joe Mixon and Amari Hampton ever coming back? Trey Benson? Like, I got all these running backs that's like, nah.
Well, why don't you get rid of Joe Mixon?
They all on the IR.
Well, okay. Well, Joe Mixon, I don't think is going to play this year. I've heard nothing about him.
At all.
Hampton's going to probably come back at some point, but
at all.
Why would you play Joe Mixon?
I'm doing bad. I'm desperate.
Yeah, well,
I got Jerry Jeudy on 2 of my rosters. Don't tell me about desperate.
Should be cut, man. You should have cut him.
I mean, I ain't nothing on the waiver wires. I'm just.
We got to cut down. I think next year we got to cut down roster spots.
Yeah, you made him too big.
Ain't nothing out there, bro. It's dry. It's dry work.
Around. It is.
It's celery.
It is tricky.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if your quarterback or running back get hurt in this fantasy league,
you dead.
It's
tough.
over.
It's over.
Well, I've had Jaden Daniels as my best quarterback. He's been hurt half the year.
Lamar Jackson ain't played for weeks.
Yeah, that's true. But so they're going to 18 games. You need the second bye, and you need to have the Super Bowl President's Day weekend.
Yeah, I would be in favor of that.
I'd be too.
A lot of people, not everybody. Obviously, not everybody is off on that Monday, but enough people are that it'd be like a 3.
Do you? In our lifetime, do you believe that there will be a European team, or
yes.
is that in our lifetime?
I think so. I think they're going to expand. Right now, you have 32 teams. I could see them expanding to 40. First of all, you know how much money the current owners will get for the fees for the new teams?
It's in the NBA. It's a $600 million.
So in the NFL, it's got to be way more than that.
It's got to be a bill.
So can you imagine? And that money over there, you're the only NFL team in a whole country.
This is nasty.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You know what that revenue in TV? They could do TV contracts in a different continent.
You could easily add 4 teams in Europe, and then another 4 teams in America, without a doubt. You could put a team in.
That's too many teams.
No, it ain't.
Tyvus, they only care about making every last dollar.
You said
the NFLPA is not going to be against it. You know how many more jobs that is? By the way, if they go to 40 teams, how bad is the quarterback play going to be? How bad is the offensive line play going to be?
That actually might be the exact reason you don't expand.
The offensive line
They don't care. They just want to make more money.
I understand it's a money play. I'm saying from a realistic
it's terrible.
standpoint.
They should not expand.
There's not enough offensive linemen already. Like, the
It's
NFL
gonna
is
be
such a
horrible.
shortage of linemen. I don't know if you watch it in the UFL, but like offensive line play in the UFL was so bad. So bad.